What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, man. I am back. Check this out, people. You guys already know this is a fitness channel with a twist. And we're going to make this into a 3-day venture if you guys want me to. Just let me know down in the comments. You know what I mean? Give me a number 1 if you want me to, or a number 2 if you don't want me to. I'm going to start off with speaking on Nico, and then Dubs, and then Gunners Collective. We all know that they're all labeled no good, okay? And like I said, there's levels to this, people. So I'm gonna give you my breakdown on the levels and the severity of each and every one of those individuals that paroled from those yards. And once again, just as a reminder, people, I don't condone that. I'm old school. I don't care what you did in the past, or what you think you're about, or what level you played at. When you step over to the yard where the grass is supposedly greener, you earn the title of being no good. Okay? But anyways, first and foremost, before I move on, got to give a shout out to all of my channel members, everybody that's been supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys very much. This is a fitness channel with a twist, and today's twist is going to be the breakdown of the people that have that title of being no good. The ones that paroled from 50-50 yards. To me, those are SNY yards. Okay, I'm old school. Bash me all you want. That's the way I was brought up. So today, let's get to the fitness part and chop this up real quick. You know, I'm going to say this before I begin. Do not for once take it that I'm giving you guys medical advice, because I am not a physician. Get your medical advice from your doctor. I'm sharing knowledge that I've learned throughout my years, because I have a long history in my family, a family of history, that people that suffer with chronic illnesses. And the main one, and I hate to use this, is cancer, okay? So this is knowledge that I've read up on and stuff that I've learned, because I've lost a lot of people behind cancer, okay? I'm going to tell you how to keep safe from cancer. The secret to this is understanding how cancer develops in the first place, people. Cancer actually comes from a normal cell. After there's damage to the mitochondria, which is the energy factory of the cell, that's how it starts off, okay? So I'm going to share like 5 tips with you guys to keep you safe from that horrible disease. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to try to refrain from using that title, because I don't want to get in trouble for that. Okay, it's going to keep you safe from that disease, and it's to support healthy mitochondria. The number 1 thing is avoid all refined foods. I'm talking about the refined sugars, the starches, and the refined seed oils. Number 2, get as much natural sun as you can, because with enough vitamin D, you can protect yourself from getting cancer, because your immune system will be strong. That disease feeds off of a weak immune system, people. Now, during the winter, it's always good to take 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every day. Vitamin D is the most important vitamin to help lower the risk of that disease, okay, people? Number 3 is regular intermittent fasting with periodic prolonged fasting. When you fast, it strengthens the mitochondria, people. Now, number 4 is going to be consistent exercise, people. That also helps with mitochondria. Exercise will also help clear out the damaged mitochondria that builds up in your tissues. And like I said, that particular disease feeds off of, a damaged immune system. So, last but not least, and there is more, but I'm keeping it short and simple because I don't want to make today's video any longer than I have to, because today's a very busy day. Today is Friday. All of my team members have to weigh in. Make sure you guys weigh in and post your progress pictures, just in case if you didn't post them last week. Very important. I need to see the progress, because pictures will not sit there and lie for an individual. That's why it is important. And if you decide to sign up with my team, don't be shy. I will be the only one that has access to viewing your profile. None of the other team members do. Okay. Now, I rambled on a little bit, and that's what I'm known to do. The fifth one, people, try to keep your stress as low as possible by doing like long walks and getting more sleep, and avoid toxic personalities, people. That stuff plays a major role on your immune system breakdown. Stress is a killer, people. Trust and believe, man. I've seen people, look, put it this way, man. I've been on this earth over a half a century. So I've seen a lot of people lose their lives behind different causes. And let's keep it safe, man. Start investing in yourself today. Remember, you got to get healthy before you lose weight. And that's the way my program works. I focus on internal reconditioning of your body. I have a team member that I'm putting up on here. He's actually a team member, and he signed on his dad before he became a team member. His father came back with a clean bill of slate. His father suffers with a lot of medical conditions, but his father was able to shake that sugar pills that he was supposed to take. Why? Because I dialed in his nutrition. I guided him through it. And you guys will be hearing his testimonial soon. Man, let me I got to put up my umbrella here. I almost forgot my umbrella here, people. That's important, man. This whole video would have been down the drain and boo-boo. But anyways, people, yeah, so it's very important that you invest in yourself today, man. And like I said, it's not about how much weight you lose. It's how much life you gain out of it, man. Work on yourself, man, your inner self, physically, mentally, and spiritually. That's the best way to go. Out here in life it throws a bunch of challenges and a bunch of temptations, and you're going to be put to test a lot, man. But when you learn to become humble and you develop that spiritual side of yourself, you're good. Trust and believe, I'm good, man. I've lived a past life that I've once at one time had glamorized. I don't glamorize that life no more. You know what I mean? I was young, I was foolish, and I thought that was the way to go. Today, what I do today makes me very proud. Why? Because I've seen the change where I've came from, man. I've came from the gutter, from the trenches, from, doing the gang banging, being homeless, dragging my family through the streets, being homeless with me when they didn't have to, And I know the struggle, man, and I know there's a lot of you that could relate to the struggle that I've been through. I have a blueprint that is guaranteed to work. It's a way of life. And when you apply this blueprint, you will become much more of a person than what you are currently at. And the reason I say this is because I'm living it day in, day out on a daily, and through this social media, I was blessed with this platform so I could share, a little bit of my life, my upbringing. And now, like I said, I'm a full-time online fitness coach. I help change people's lives. And the biggest reward out of this is knowing that I took part in that person's change in his life for the better, his overall health or her overall health. With my program, like I said, you don't have to sign up to get ripped and fit or to build muscle. You can sign up just to get healthy, to get on point. That way you start feeling better internally. It's a self-investment, internal investment, and you see it throughout your productivity throughout your day. Your performance is skyrockets. It goes out the roof. Because you're on your best. You're being that 10.5. I'm living proof. I've been on this earth over a half a century, and I'm in really on my best A game now. I'm in the best shape of my life, you know. And like I said, like, you don't have to take it to the level that I chose to take it to. This is something that I've done all my life. So this is what I'm going to keep on doing. And I'm going to stay right here where I'm at because I'm comfortable with the weight that I hold. I bounce around from 180 to 185 maximum. I was going to try to shoot up to like 190, 195. No, I'm cool. I'm cool right here where I'm at. I call it the bedroom physique. At the end of the day, it's your choice how you want to invest in your overall health. You know what I mean? You may just, like I said, just want to start getting better and eating right and living a healthier and cleaner life. You know, I got you. You know, I have a lot of team members that can relate to one another. We've all struggled with similar struggles, and we've helped overcome them struggles because us as a community, we come together as a family. We support one another. We hold each other accountable, and accountability is a must on my team. You know, at the end of the day, I could chase people around, but, you know, they're going to make the decision whether they want to pull through and run that blueprint. Well, anyways, I did a whole lot of rambling, huh? And I said this theme was going to be shorter than the norm. Let's jump to it, man. Mr. Nico, he came out here on social media and said what he did. I'm going to give you two perspectives on this, okay? On a civilian's perspective and a gangster's perspective. I believe Nico was part of a neighborhood. He looked more like a tag banger. He used to follow the same reglas and, you know, the beliefs of the system behind them walls, you know, doing time. And the reason is because I subscribe to his channel. That dude's a character. He's funny. Yes, I know he has a label of being no good, but he didn't tell on nobody. He did what he felt was best for his best interest, to be out there with his family. People could speculate all day. Okay, does that mean I'm going to go kick it with him? I don't even know him. Okay, now if he were from my barrio and he did that, I couldn't kick it with him because his label no good. Am I going to take action to it? Absolutely not. The only place I would have to apply any type of reaction to what that person did is behind them walls. You got to keep it clean and clear here. What happens behind them walls, the rules that apply behind them walls don't apply to out here in the real world unless you're really living that life. And more than likely, if you're living that life, you're not going to be out here very long to go around searching, because I guaranteed you could go around and there's a lot of people that are no good. And it all stems from dope, man. And that's a lot of things that I didn't believe with and agree with behind them walls. People rolled it up for some shit, you know what I mean? Putting them in a dope debt. But the reason why I don't forgive them, and it goes on both sides. The homie kept on feeding him the dope, knowing that he has no one to support him. And eventually those favors were going to run out. And now they're going to expect payment, and he can't no payment. So this cat's going to roll it up. Now, from a dope fiend's point of view, you knew you couldn't afford that. You knew what you were setting yourself up, and you had them. I like to believe you up here in your head, you already knew what you were going to do. You were going to run up that debt, and you were going to bounce. It is what it is. I call it how I see it. So you're no good. I don't care what your standings were, who you are. I do not play favoritism in that at all. The topic today is King Nico. Tomorrow, we could do Mr. Dubs, because there's different levels to this. And then we could do Gunner. Okay, and I will give you my point of view on every last individual. At the end of the day, you were considered no good in my eyes, okay? If I cross paths with Nico in the street, am I gonna do something? Absolutely not. I don't live that life. I'm not active. If we were behind the walls, me knowing that he did that, it would be expected of me to do that. But I don't live behind them walls no more. So I'll save that for the Mexicas that are out here, because Mr. Nico did what he had to do. Did he drop dimes on anybody? According to what he says, no. He just, from the gate, decided to stay over there. And that was that brings me to like when Mr. Dubs had mentioned about the well, I guess they called them 50-50 yards back then. I called them a curfew yard. You had X amount of time to get off. You know what I mean? And yeah, you could clear yourself up, explain yourself, and get whatever you had coming to you or you needed to do because you stood over there. Okay, but now I'm going to bring this to, I got to throw this out here, okay? I will never agree with anybody rolling it up and being able to buy their way back out. That's bullshit. Okay, so that's to let you guys know I didn't agree with everything that went on behind them walls, but I respected it, and I would never go against the grain. And you see, what happened with Nico? He made his bed. He has to deal with the consequences of the style bed he made for himself. Only he knows if he's in safe standings. Me personally, I don't think he will be in harm's way because he just decided to make that decision to be out here with his family. Now, if he was playing in reindeer games, there would be a different severity of punishment. And I will elaborate on that tomorrow because, like I said, there's different levels to this. And with King Nico, I'm gonna keep watching his content. He's funny as fuck, man. He's got a large following. I remember when he didn't even have that many, and he would always tell stories about him getting beat up, this and that, and getting boop bopped and taking parts in boop bops, this and that. So he knew what he was doing. That's why he will always be labeled as no good. That title doesn't mean I'm gonna go kick it with him. If I cross paths with him in the street, I would probably just, what's up, shake his vice out of respect and keep bouncing. I'm not gonna kick it and, go have a fucking bust down and do burpees with him or something. It ain't happening. No, it just ain't happening. So let's get that clear. I don't sympathize with anybody. And there's an individual that I wanted to reach out to, man. I was at that Adelanto show, and this guy was hosting it, and someone sent me a DM from him. Whether it's true or not, I would love to chop it up with him one-on-one and see what he says, because that fool could have reached out to me at any time he wanted to. He didn't play in the he didn't participate the way I've participated doing time. So. Anyways, that's here nor there. I won't even get on that subject because it's like water under the table. Now, with that being said, man, I hope this clears it up a little bit, and more than likely it won't. I'm going to get the individuals that still want to fucking do this. Come on now. It's like the dude, I don't look at him as a gangbanger, more like a tag banger, but he knew what the reglas were. He made his bed, and if he were to ever get caught up in the system, coming from the beliefs and morals that I come from, he's got something coming behind them walls. Does he have it out here in the streets? More than likely not. I mean, depends who he's rolling with or who he rode with. But I don't see his life being threatened out here at all. Just don't go back behind them walls, because I'm more than sure that you would have something coming back there. I know times have changed and conditions and parole ways of paroling, and debriefing has changed. But in my head, I had the old ways mentality. So that's the only way I could give you my point of view on individuals. It may be a different process to debriefers now. What I've always remembered, somebody that debriefed had to go and start singing, But times have changed, They got all these different programs. And that's going to bring me to the conclusion of this thing right here. The moral of the story of this is there's a lot of folks that end up on the other side of them walls. Not all of them are piece of shits to everybody. You will always be labeled as no good to me, because once you make that decision to go where the other side is, to the other side of that yard where the grass is greener, you're no good, no matter the reason. Behind them walls, if we cross paths, it would be expected of me to do what I need to do. Out here in the free world, it doesn't affect my life, and I'm not active. You know what I mean? That's with that individual himself and the people that he surrounds himself with. It's up to them. And from what I see, King Nico, Mr. Blaxican, that fucking fool's a character. That fool speaks better Spanish than me. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to keep on watching his content. At the end of the day, he made his bed. Only he knows. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't think there's any threat to him out here in the street because he didn't play in the reindeer games like that. He just chose to stay over there on that yard where he was supposed to get off on. Anyways, with that being said, man, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, if you want me to keep on talking about these other cats and give you the breakdown, the definition, and the severity and the levels of their paroling from the no good yards, from the 50-50 yards, leave me a 1 in the comments, or 2 if you don't want me to. But the next 2 individuals that I will speak on, because they're hot commodities, and yes, they are hot commodities, is going to be Mr. Gunner and Dubs. You know what I mean? There's levels to this, people. And I'm going to try to explain it to you the best of my knowledge that I can from my point of view. Now, with that being said, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or hit me up, highpowerfitness.net. I got you. We'll get you the best results that you can get. As long as you show up and apply the blueprint, you will get the best results. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guaranteed to work. 90-day program. You can lose up to 30 pounds of fat and build muscle at the same time. So thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever you choose to do. Let's get this channel 10,000 subscribers, and I will start doing lives. And on my lives, everybody's allowed to pull up and welcome to pull up and wolf on my YouTube yada. Just keep it respectful. You can do the wolfing, you can sell wolf tickets. Just keep it respectful and be cordial about the way you conduct yourself. Now get up and get yours.